Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? How are you feeling? I hope that all of you will be always fine, inshallah, under the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please stay safe, keep healthy, stay at home, and always study hard by yourself, okay? Because as you can see, in my virtual background here, I'm still on the program of this Latsar CPNS for 3 months, and it will end on 13 November. So still I will be very busy until that. Okay, so we're going to have our third meeting now. As always, I will try to explain everything to you, and I believe that I have shared to you the assignment last week. I think that the assignment was not very difficult. Moreover, you did it in groups, right? One group consisted of 3 students or so. I believe that you have already understood everything that I have asked you in the assignment. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Okay, I believe that you have already seen it. Okay, so for this third week, we're going to learn about sentence patterns. For this, what is it, a theme or topic, you can see the explanation in the books that I have shared to you. In the Verbers book. Verbers, how do you say his name? Verbers. You can see the PCO, which chapter that you can study for this topic, sentence patterns. Okay, let's start by saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, now in the previous semester, I believe that you have already understood parts of speech. Parts of speech, or in the first meeting, yeah, part of speech. Ada noun and verb, etc., etc. Adjective. Sekarang kita belajar parts of sentence. Parts of sentence are roles and functions of sentence constituent. Jadi yang teman-teman pasti sudah sangat mengenal ini semua, subject, predicator, or object, and I will just explain to you just a little bit. Ini adalah abbreviationnya. Okay, in the morphology subject, I believe that you already know what abbreviation means, right? Abbreviation for subject, it is S, and the role is, it is the first participant. Subject, bentuknya selalu dalam noun, ya. This is subject. And then P for predicator. The role is the process. Ini biasanya dalam bentuk verb. And then subject attribute or subject complement. If you see Verbers book, you will see that the book uses the term subject attribute. However, saya juga sering pakai term complement gitu, subject complement or complement. I may use these two terms interchangeably. So sometimes I will say subject attribute, or sometimes I will also say subject complement. However, both of them are just the same. So the role is something about the first participant. Jadi subject attribute atau subject complement adalah sesuatu yang menjelaskan first participant ini, yang menjelaskan subject. Okay, the next one is DO. Ini DO bukan EXO ya. Direct object. So for object, there are two types of object. Direct object and then indirect object. For the direct object, it is the second participant. Jadi first participannya adalah subject, second participannya adalah object, direct object for this one. Direct object, it is always in form of a noun, kata benda ya, sama seperti subject. And then the next one is object attribute or object complement. Jadi kalau yang subject attribute itu something about the first participant atau something about the subject. Kalau object attribute something about the object. And then indirect object. Jadi objek bisa ada dua, tadi sudah dijelaskan. The indirect object is the third participant. And then adverbial. Adverbial is setting. You have already understood adverbial. There are many types of adverbial. Adverb of frequency, adverb of place, adverb of time, etc. And then what are we going to learn today is the sentence pattern, right? So the part of sentence that determines the type of sentence patterns is the predicator or the verb. So you have to remember this, okay? Jadi verb atau predicate dalam sentence itu adalah sesuatu yang menentukan pattern mana kalimat tersebut. Kalimat tersebut menggunakan pattern mana gitu maksudnya. Okay, in English, there are 5 basic patterns. 5 basic sentence patterns. The first one is the being pattern, and then the running pattern, the doing pattern, the giving pattern, and the making pattern. These 5 patterns are named after very typical verb for that pattern. Jadi maksudnya itu kenapa kok kasih nama being, running, doing, giving, making, itu karena sentence atau kalimat yang memiliki pattern seperti ini pakai verb being. Being itu maksudnya to be ya, is, am, are, was, were, atau pakai verb running, atau pakai verb doing, pakai verb giving or making here. Jadi nanti setelah ini kita pelajari sama-sama gitu. Okay, in English, these are the basic patterns. Jadi, of course, I believe that you will see sentences that look very long, that looks very complex. However, the basic pattern of that very long and very complex sentence is always one of these 5 gitu. Jadi mungkin teman-teman bakal melihat satu kalimat yang panjang atau sangat kompleks gitu ya. Tapi basic dari sentence itu pasti salah satu dari 5 ini gitu. Jadi ini adalah basic pattern. Cuma dikembangkan seperti itu. Seperti yang telah saya jelaskan pada teman-teman waktu di pertemuan pertama kan ya. Ada satu contoh, kemudian saya kembangkan seperti itu. Tapi basicnya tetap satu gitu. Okay, before we go to the next slide, I would like to explain to you what is named after means. What does named after means? Jadi named after itu bukan dinamai setelah, tapi dinamai dengan nama yang sama gitu. For example, this is an example sentence ya. I was named after my grandmother. I was named after my grandmother. Artinya adalah nama saya itu dikasih nama yang sama dengan nenek saya gitu. Jadi misalnya nenek saya namanya Susi, saya juga namanya Susi. Nah, gitu maksudnya named after. Okay, next slide. Okay, the first one is the being pattern. Seperti yang sudah dijelaskan bahwa sentence pattern selalu ditentukan oleh verbnya atau predikatnya ya. So for this being pattern, you will see the verb is linking verb atau copula verb. Tapi saya lebih sering memakai istilah linking verb ya. Okay, let's just see the examples. The pattern consists of a subject and predicator, followed by a subject attribute or complement. The subject attribute gives information about the subject only, not about the predicator. Jadi ada subject, ada predicator, dan ini bukan objek tetapi subject attribute atau complement. Ya. And this is the adverbial. Adverbial ini nggak harus ya. Jadi misalnya kalau saya tulis dengan in bracket like this, in parenthesis like this, it means that it doesn't have to be there. Gitu. Ini nggak wajib ada di situ. And then it must have a verb that does not have much meaning but expresses the sense of the mathematical equal sign. Ini adalah equal sign. Jadi subject equal subject attribute. Nah, itu. Jadi linking verbnya itu it expresses the sense of equal signs ya. Subject equal the complement or the attribute. The meaning of such verb is merely to point out a link. Jadi linking verbs itu it points out a link between the first participant and the attribute. Jadi verbnya di sini linking verbnya itu hanya sebagai link gitu. Sini tidak ada objek, hanya ada complement. For example, they are fast in the game. Are-nya, they-nya adalah subjek. Are is to be here. Nah, kenapa kok disebut being pattern? Nah, ini karena subjeknya to be di sini. Salah satunya adalah to be di sini. They are fast. They-nya adalah subjek, are-nya adalah predicate or linking verb, and then this one is fast is the attribute, subject attribute or subject complement. Chan is the runner as usual. Chan looks tired. Jadi tirednya di sini bukan objek, however this is a complement. Fast expresses the attribute of they. Nah, fast expresses the attribute of the subject they. The runner indicates to what category Chan belongs to. Jadi the runner bukan objek, but this is something that indicates the subject or something that describes the subject. Tired indicates to what Chan's condition looks like. Gitu. Tirednya juga bukan objek, tetapi dia adalah complement yang menjelaskan atau mendeskripsikan keadaannya Chan. Okay, so besides to be, jadi selain ada to be, is, am, are, was, were, have been, have, ada linking verbs yang lain. For example, appear, grow, seems, etc. However, there is a note here. I wrote this down in big and in a box. The verbs may have different senses in different contexts. Jadi ketika melihat sebuah kalimat harus dilihat konteksnya dulu. Apakah benar ini termasuk linking verb atau tidak? For example, the word appear, ya. He appears suddenly, and then he appears sad. Nah, gitu. Meskipun dua-duanya ini tidak memiliki objek, ya, he appears suddenly, but he appears sad. Kita lihat apakah appear di sini diikuti oleh sesuatu yang mendeskripsikan subjek atau tidak. Apakah appear di sini diikuti oleh subjek complement atau tidak? Nah, ini. Kalau yang ini kan diikuti oleh subjek complement. He appears sad. Tapi yang ini tidak. It means that this one is the being pattern and then this one is not. And then the next one, my parents grow plants. The plants grow tall. Nah, kita lihat ini gampang ya kayaknya ya. Karena yang the first one, it has an object and the second one, it doesn't have an object. Tall di sini menggambarkan subjeknya, tapi ini tidak ada sesuatu yang menggambarkan subjeknya. It means that this is the linking verb and this one is not linking verb. And then she is teaching me, and then she is in the class. Is di sini adalah linking verb karena she is in the class. In the class, this one is not the adverb of place, but she is in the class. In the class is, it describes the subject here, gitu. Jadi ini bukan adverb sebenarnya, tetapi dia mendeskripsikan di mana sebenarnya si subjek ini berada. It means that this is the linking verb. And she is teaching me. Kita lihat bahwa is di sini adalah sesuatu yang menggambarkan bahwa ini adalah continuous tense, present continuous tense. And also it has an object. It means that this is not the being pattern. And this is not the linking verb. Okay, the next one is the running pattern. The running pattern, we can see that a sentence uses a running pattern when it has intransitive verbs. Saya percaya bahwa teman-teman pasti sudah tahu intransitive verb itu seperti apa, sudah dijelaskan mungkin ya di Intro to Linguistics. Kenapa kok running pattern disebutnya? Karena contohnya adalah running gitu. The pattern consists of a subject and a predicator. Subject and a predicator. The verb must expresses an action involving only one main participant gitu. Jadi hampir sama seperti linking verb. It has only one main participant. Maksudnya itu tidak ada objek di sini. Tapi intransitive verb itu tidak ada sesuatu yang menggambarkan equal sign ya. Jadi kalau linking verb itu subject sama dengan subject complement. Tapi di sini tidak ada subject complement, hanya ada subject and predicator. And also adverb, tapi adverb kan nggak wajib ya. Only one main participant. For example, running, swimming, crying, sleeping. Jadi di sini hanya ada one main participant. Tapi one main participant-nya itu tidak harus dalam bentuk singular ya. Maksudnya itu one participant, maksudnya itu bukan jumlahnya satu, tapi satu jenis aja. Nah gitu. For example, John is running fast. Jadi sini hanya ada satu main participant. John here is running. Nah, runningnya itu maksudnya itu tidak perlu objek. Intransitive verb itu ciri-ciri khasnya adalah tidak memerlukan objek. Is running fast. Runningnya itu apa? Berlari apa gitu kan nggak tahu. Jadi berlarinya di sini hanya berlaku untuk satu main participant, yaitu subjeknya. Nah, the children sleep soundly. Jadi seperti yang sudah dijelaskan, maksudnya one main participant maksudnya itu satu jenis partisipan, tetapi partisipan itu dalam bentuk plural juga bisa. The children, and then the people, or two girls, three ships. Kan karena subjek itu tidak harus orang ya, bisa animal, bisa benda juga bisa. Gitu. Jadi ingat ciri-cirinya intransitive verbs adalah there is no object, karena intransitive verb don't need objects. Oke, ada note lagi. Ketika kita menentukan pattern dari sebuah kalimat harus ada konteksnya. Harus ada konteksnya. For example, Chan is running fast. Nah, kita tahu di sini tidak ada objek. It means that it is the running pattern. This one is intransitive verbs. However, Chan is running a big event. Nah, a big event, it is an object, right? So it means that running here is not a transitive verb. Ini adalah transitive verb. Karena di sini ada objeknya. Sharon is running a big event. The bird flies. Flies here is an intransitive verb. Oke, kita lihat di sini kan ada running, swimming, crying, sleeping. Jadi mungkin ada flying, etc. Ada banyak ya intransitive verbs. Mungkin teman-teman juga bisa Google contoh-contoh dari intransitive verbs. However, a pilot flies an airplane. Nah, di sini ada objeknya. It means that flies here is not intransitive verbs. Jadi, ketika menentukan sentence pattern, sekali lagi harus melihat konteksnya seperti apa. Nah, the doing pattern. The doing pattern, in this pattern, it has monotransitive verbs. The pattern consists of a subject and predicator followed by a direct object. Nah, kenapa kok disebut monotransitive verb? It means that the sentence only have mono kan satu ya. Satu jenis objek. Nah, satu jenisnya itu adalah direct object ini. Tapi meskipun satu jenis objek, it doesn't have to be singular ya, sama kayak tadi. Objeknya bisa dalam bentuk plural, tetapi jenisnya itu hanya satu, direct object. Must have a verb that expresses an action or a mental experience, such as perception, involving two participants. Nah, involving two participants. Two participants, who are they? The first one is one participant does the acting or experiencing, and then one other participant is acted upon or perceived. Examples of monotransitive verbs, doing, holding, building, ini adalah actions, and then seeing, feeling, hearing, believing, they are mental experience. Jadi maksudnya mental experience itu kalian melakukannya tetapi tidak begitu kelihatan. I believe that there is only one God, tapi tidak ada kegiatan yang menunjukkan believing-nya itu, maksudnya itu. Dan tidak ada kegiatan yang menunjukkan feeling, seperti itu. Loving, nah itu tidak ada kegiatan yang secara nyata untuk menunjukkannya. Okay, so the example is Chan kicked the ball. Nah, ini mungkin sangat mudah ya. Ada subjek, predikat, objek. Nah, gitu. Chan sees the birds. I believe there is one God. Ada subjek, predikat, and direct object. Jadi mulai sekarang jangan hanya bilang objek gitu ya. Harus ditentukan juga objeknya itu direct object atau indirect object. Seperti itu. The giving pattern. Kenapa disebut the giving pattern? Karena contohnya salah satunya menggunakan verb give. Okay, so kita sudah tahu monotransitif, sekarang ditransitif. Mono 1, D-nya 2. Ditransitive or ditransitive adalah ditransitive. Consists of a subject, a predicator, and then kalau yang monotransitif ada satu jenis objek, ditransitive ada dua jenis objek. Indirect or benefiting object, and then direct object. Ada indirect and then direct ya. Teman-teman mungkin melihat istilah benefiting object ini di buku Wordsworth, tapi sebenarnya benefiting sama indirect itu sama aja, mungkin ada sedikit perbedaan dalam definisinya, tetapi untuk kita buat mudah aja, benefiting object itu sama dengan indirect object. There must be an event involving at least 3 participants. Jadi kalau yang monotransitive ada 2, yang ditransitive ini ada 3. The first one is the person who gives something to someone or does something to someone. This one is the object. For example, John gave Peter the ball. John is the subject. This is the first participant. John is the one who gives something to someone. Atau melakukan sesuatu untuk orang lain. It does something for someone. And then the direct object, the thing that is given or done. This one is the ball. The ball is the direct object. And then the receiver, indirect object. Peter is the receiver. First participant, second participant, third participant. There are very few verbs that can be used in this pattern. For example, give, pass, send, tell, make, buy, over, about here. Jadi sini artinya bukan John membeli Peter, tapi John membelikan Peter sebuah objek, sebuah sepeda gitu. Jangan sampai salah. John mengirim Peter, enggak kan? John mengirim surat kepada Peter. Nah, itu maksudnya. Okay, for the making pattern, it has complex transitive verbs. This pattern can occur with only a very limited number of verbs. Jadi verbsnya mungkin hanya sedikit ya. The pattern consists of a subject and predicator followed by a direct object. And then this direct object in turn is followed by an object attribute yang mendeskripsikan the direct object. For example, ini mungkin sedikit mirip dengan ditransitive ya. Tapi harus dicermati perbedaannya. He painted his house purple. Jadi dia mengecat rumahnya. Nah, gitu. Dia mengecat rumahnya, berarti rumahnya ini kan terkena predikatnya ya. Kalau yang tadi John bought Peter, nggak mungkin John membeli Peter, nggak. Tapi di sini dia mengecat rumahnya. Purple itu objek atribut. Tadi objek atribut itu apa? Yang mendeskripsikan objeknya. Jadi apa yang purple? His house-nya. Seperti itu. Nah, mungkin ini tadi sama. Ada yang made juga di sini. Make sini juga. Tapi yang complex transitive verb itu beda penggunaannya dan maknanya juga. They made John the president. Made di sini artinya itu bukan membuat dalam hal yang sesungguhnya ya, bukan literal meaningnya. Jadi bukan mereka membuat John, tetapi mereka melakukan sesuatu yang menjadikan John the president. Gitu. Mungkin they are the political party of John's. So they made John the president. Jadi sini tuh bukan indirect object, tetapi dia tetap direct object. Hanya saja kita harus tahu konteks dari predicate-nya. Jadi teman-teman harus benar-benar memahami verbs ya. Dan konteks-konteksnya, dalam konteks apa verbs itu digunakan, predicate itu digunakan. Nah, ini adalah contoh-contoh lain seperti wife, drive, call, crown, name, elect. Tapi ingat note yang tadi, penggunaannya harus ditentukan sesuai dengan konteksnya ya, konteksnya. Jadi mungkin aja wife ini bukan complex transitive verbs tapi monotransitive verb. Jadi harus dilihat konteksnya juga. Nah, maksudnya itu apa? Dilihat konteksnya itu sama seperti ini nih. Same verbs but different patterns. Jadi sini kita lihat ada verbnya itu satu ya. Meskipun ada yang present verb, present tense, ada yang past tense, tapi tetap ada satu, make. He makes a good coach. He makes a good coach. Ini artinya bukan dia membuat pelatih yang bagus, tapi dia menjadi pelatih yang bagus. Nah, menjadi di sini it means that this predicate it is the equal sign. So it means that he makes a good coach. The make here is used in the being pattern. Tidak ada objek sini. And then he made a goal. Ini adalah direct objeknya. So it means that this belongs to the doing or the seeing patternnya. The doing pattern. It's monotransitive verb. And then we made him a cake. Nah, made di sini adalah intransitive. Not really. Made di sini ada transitive verb. However, there is two object. It means that it's a ditransitive verb. Ada indirect object and ada direct object. And then we made him president. Seperti tadi, ini adalah complex transitive verb. Okay, I hope that you have already understood. I will share this in the Google Classroom also. And then this is the assignment. Jadi sama seperti pertemuan-pertemuan sebelumnya, assignment-nya ini tidak akan terlalu banyak, hanya 15 nomor. I have already shared that in your Google Classroom also. And please submit it at the end of this class. Jadi hari ini ya, biasanya saya kasih waktu 1 minggu, tapi sekarang tolong dikerjakan hari ini juga dan saat kelas ini berakhir. Jangan dikumpulkan sampai jam 5 sore atau jam 6 sore. Tetapi ketika kelas ini berakhir, saya harap teman-teman sudah mengumpulkan di Google Classroom. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. We can end this class by doa kafaratul majlis. Okay, see you next week. Please stay healthy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.